So Gabriel Farnsley is what we call a high liver. And it wasn't because he had a high liver, it was because he enjoyed activities like fox hunting, imbibing, and entertaining. He was also a lifelong bachelor. There's a family story that he built this house to impress a young lady who then jilted him at the altar. But we have no hard evidence for that. That's just kind of the family story that's been passed on. Gabriel Farnsley died suddenly in 1849, and because he was never married, he died without an heir, and he also died without a will, which is terrible news for the family, but great news for us as historians here at Riverside, because it generated a lot of paperwork that gave us a lot of information about life here. One thing it gave us a lot of information about is the 17 enslaved people that were enslaved by Gabriel Farnsley. One we know quite a lot of bit about in particular was a man named Dave. And we know a lot about Dave because Dave was incredibly talented. He was a master brick mason, which comes in handy when you're building a beautiful brick house. He was a teamster, which at that time meant that he could drive a team of horses or oxen. And then he also worked on the river boats as well, which would bring in about $200 a year for Gabriel, which was really a substantial sum at that time. Now, the 17 enslaved people here that were enslaved here at Riverside by Gabriel Farnsley were sold on the Jefferson County Courthouse steps, and we believe between 3 and 5 families were actually separated because of that. Now, another thing I like to point out in this room is this beautiful carpet. I always like to talk about it because it was hand woven by a woman named Rabbit Goody. And you don't meet many rabbits out and about in your daily life. Rabbit Goody lives in upstate New York, and she belongs to a cooperative called Thistle Hill Weavers. And Thistle Hill Weavers weaves fabric the way that it would have been woven in the 1830s and 1840s. So we are very honored to have one of her reproduction carpets here in our museum.